play is for us to make some stencils that we can use in our new heart journals, the books that we are working on. And you just need a few supplies. In the link in the email I sent you, and there's a link beneath this YouTube video, you can print out some free stencils. I put in a PDF for you. You can double-side print them, so save paper if you like these images, or you're welcome to find your own images, but I recommend that we kiss it, keep it simple, sweetie, so that we don't get involved in too many intricate designs, because we want to keep our frustration level to a minimum. So bring some source stencils, a thick marker, it doesn't have to be black, a X-Acto knife, a utility knife, or a box cutter, a pair of scissors, pencil if you want to, and then ransack your recycle bin. I found this piece of plastic, I think it was on some vegetables, but it's a nice solid piece of plastic. Strawberry tubs sometimes have, and blueberry tubs have a little square that doesn't have any holes in it. You can use that too. You could use a plastic 3-ring divider. You could use sheet protector, just a box. You could also use cardstock. You could even use a piece of paper, but I'm recommending that we just use something with a little bit more thickness, because it'll hold up to the paint that we put on it a little better than if you used paper. I want to show you a little heart that I just cut out and traced on my piece of cardboard. And it basically has given me an area that when I put down on my journal, I can put paint here, and where the cardboard is will create a little bit of a resist so that the paint doesn't get through. So that's an example of what the cardboard one looks like. Put that over here. We are going to also make, I'm going to cut another stencil out, and we're going to make one out of, let's try a sheet protector. I'm going to trace my heart stencil here. I want to give it some room so that I have that space around it. And as this is double thickness, I'm going to cut this in half here, and I'll have more material to make stencils out of. Go. Cut. Scissors aren't very sharp today. A little bit easier with an X-Acto. Okay, so go. I'm just going to cut this. There. Now I have my star. I'm using the old box underneath it just to protect my table, to give a little bit of a protective surface. So and cut the points of my star. Once you get the cuts going, you could also use scissors if you don't like using these. using an X-Acto knife. Just because my scissors are so dull, I'm going to do it with my X-Acto today. I think this is the last cut. There we go. There. Now, pull the little points out. There we go. And when I cut the thing that I remove, I'm going to keep this too, because this could be something that I use in my art making too. I could put this down and I could put paint all around the outside and do the outline of a star. So I'm going to set that little guy aside, and this is the stencil though. I'm going to cut this off and then we'll have our star stencil. So we have our little star there. So we have those. And I had a little tree. I didn't find a better tree than that really. There were some very intricate ones and very crispy trees, but we can have a good search on the web and see if we can find some other trees. And then there's this one. This one looks more intricate and complicated. I'm going to see if I can fit this on this thicker piece of plastic. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to do this one on here. So, this one, I have a strategy for this one, and that is I want to keep the white space thicker than what it looks like there. So when I draw my lines, I'm going to keep them on the inside instead of overlapping into the white. So I'm going to put my lines, have a tendency for my lines to be on the inside of the black, just to give me more stencil space, more plastic space when I do the cutting, and hopefully it'll be a little more forgiving if I accidentally go over the lines when I'm cutting. If you find that your stencil is slipping or your material is slipping over the top of the paper, then you can stick it down too. I loved the look of this one. Lotus. Moment of truth. Let's see how much white space we have. Put this on here. That's pretty good. I see a couple spots where I'm going to need to come in a little bit more and keep the line consistently. So I'm going to get to This one's going to take a little while. Might take the rest of my time with you today. You notice I'm going on the inside of the black lines for the most part, just to give me all that white space on the outside. Can't wait to show you how we use these in our journals. As I'm doing this, I'm hoping that you're grabbing your stuff and doing your stencils too, and don't feel like you have to do the same ones that I do, just choose the ones that you like. What I like about this type of plastic is, this thin plastic, is if you don't have an X-Acto, you can punch it through with scissors and cut it with scissors. Might not be as easy because this one's a little bit more intricate, but if you don't have an X-Acto, you can use another way of doing it. And I'm using the other box underneath to protect my table, the little scrap box. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this is going to look like tomorrow when we play with these. Last one. Notice I'm trying to cut all of these away from me in case it slips. We don't want to have any injuries in the Joyfuel heart circle. So be very careful, my loves. So there we have our beautiful lotus cut out, and then be able to take some paint and go over that and then have a beautiful stencil. So we made 3 stencils today. Now the one with the sheet protector is the flimsiest, but it'll still work really well, I think, when we try it tomorrow. So we just made 3 stencils. I don't know how many you were able to make in our 15 minutes, but whatever you did is perfect. And we'll come back tomorrow with our stencils and some other supplies, and we're going to have some fun in our new heart journals. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!